In this video, I'll be taking one more example which is based on counting problems with bijective principle. I have already considered one counting problem and I've solved that using the bijective principle in my last video, link added in description. So here let us take this problem about the power set. Given a set capital X, the power set of X is denoted by power set of X, like we denote it like this, is a set of all subsets of X inclusive of capital X and the empty set. So the question is, what is the cardinality of the power set? There are different ways by which we can count the cardinality of the set for the power set, but in this case, in this video, I am focusing on how do we establish a bijective proof for this, or how do we establish a bijective principle argument for counting the power set. So what is the bijective principle counting? Let me to recall here. In this case, I have two set A and B and I want to establish a bijection between the set A and B. So my initial or my primal problem is to count the cardinality of the set A. But since I have established a bijection between the set A and B, and if I know what is the cardinality of the set B, let's say this is already known, and or the cardinality of the set B count is more easier than finding the cardinality of the set A. So once we know that bijection is between the two sets A and B, and the bijection means that there is a one-to-one and onto function, so we know the cardinality of the set A is same as the cardinality of the set B. Knowing that A to B, we have a bijection. So there is a bijection associated between these two sets. So the same principle I am going to apply now for knowing what is the cardinality of the power set. And so that means I need to know what is the set B. A is in my problem the cardinality of the set A. So in my problem, A is the power set. This is in my question. So let me to start by recalling what is the power set. So for this, let us consider an example. Say the capital X is 1, 2, 3. There are three distinct elements in the set X. So the power set for the X consists of all the subset X and the capital X the whole. And so we have singletons 1, 2, 3, and then we have two element subsets 1, 2, then we got 1, 3, and we got 2, 3, and we have the set which consists of the whole set. That means we can have a set which consists of 1, 2, 3. So this is the element. So this is what we have used. Now in this case, we already know that the cardinality of the set, the power set X, is 8. So that is 2 to the power 3. So we know that if a set X contains n number of elements, say A1, A2 up till so on An, then the cardinality of the power set is 2 to the power n. Now the question is, how do we arrive to this formula 2 to the power n through the bijective principle argument? And for this, I am going to establish a bijection between the power sets or the elements of this set to the binary sequence. So we will see this in the next setup. So we want to prove using the bijective argument that if the cardinality of the set X is n, then the cardinality of the power set is 2 to the power n for n belongs to natural number. And here we may just simply assume that X, the cardinality of the set X is n. So let's consider any n elements. And these n elements, I am denoting it by 1, 2 up till n, or if you may even denote it by A1, A2 up till An. So these are the elements of the set X. And now let me to define another set B, and here I want to establish a bijection between the power set to the set B, so that we can show that this function f, this is bijective. If this is a bijective map, then I can show definitely the cardinality of f power set is same as the cardinality of the set B. So this is the argument that I want to establish. So to do that, I am defining a set B, A1, A2 up till An. And here I am considering B as a set of binary sequence such that, of course, in the binary sequence, AI can be 0 or 1, I varying from 1 to n. And let's say B be the set of all binary sequences of length n. So now we defined a map F from the power set to B such that whenever S belongs to power set, so whenever there is an element means that now we are considering any subset of the X, which will be definitely an element in the power set, then F of S is B1, B2 up till Bn. So this is a binary sequence where each Bi takes the value 1 if I belongs to S, 0 if I does not belong to S. What do I mean by this binary sequence? So for example, to explain this, I consider capital X. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know there are n number of elements. So the cardinality of X is 5. And if I just consider a power set would be something phi, and then we'll have 1, 2, then we will have 3, and so on. So we'll have 5, and then we'll have 2 elements, 1, 2, and so on. We will have 3 elements, something like 2, 3, 4, and there will be the whole set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the elements will be there in the power set. So now suppose I consider any S belongs to power set, and in this case I am considering 4. This belongs to power set. And let's say we consider one more 2, 3, 5, which belongs to power set. So in this case, I have considered S belong to S, and I want to find what is f of S. So to do that, now this is B1, B2 up till Bn. So their total length is n. So this means here I want a 5 length sequence: B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. This is the binary sequence. And for this also, I will construct a binary sequence of 5 length: B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Now we have defined Bi. Look at the subscript Bi. So if I belongs to S, this value is 1. If I does not belong, this value is 0. So we say here B1, B2, B3, B4. B4. Now 4 belongs to the power set. So 4 belong to the set S. In fact, this is like 4. This is the set S that we are considering, and this is the element in the power set X. So 4 definitely belong to S. So which means at B4 will be 1 and all the other value will be 0. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This is the binary sequence corresponding to this case. Corresponding to the next case, we see 2 belongs to the set. Yes, it belongs to the set. 3 also belong to the set. And the subscript 5, Bi, look at here, I must belong to the set, and if I does not belong, then we take this as 0. So 5 belong to the set. Yes. So in this case, 1 is 0, 2 is 1, 3 is 1, 4 is 0, and 5 is 1. This is the binary sequence. Now, if I look this process reverse way, we can see immediately the process is reversible. So suppose I want to have any sequence like 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, and corresponding to this, I want to construct the subset which is a member in the power set. So we can say that this position is 1, so 1 member is there. This is second position, so 2 will be there. This is corresponding to third, 3 will be there. Now at the fourth position we got 0, so that means 4 should not be there, because this is B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Now corresponding to B4 we have a 0. This means 4 will not be a part of this set, and then we will have a 5. So this is a 4 element set which will be in the power set. Now as we see, the process is reversible. So we have defined 1, 1 and onto map. And so we can say that F is a bijection. This is a bijection from the power set Px to the set B. And we know B is the set of binary sequence. So we can see the cardinality of the set B, and there is no condition on the cardinality of the set B. So count of the binary sequence of length 5 is 2 to the power n, where B is the set of binary sequence of length 5. We have considered it of length 5, and once we consider it for the length 5, each place have 2 options. Either we can fill it by 0 or by 1. So we know that by simple multiplication principle, the cardinality of the set B is 2 to the power n. And we have established a bijection between the power set and the binary sequence. So the cardinality of the power set is same as the set B. So this is same as 2 to the power n. And this will complete the bijective argument of showing that the number of element in the power set is 2 to the power n.